right, y'all. We finna get into this game. Yo. What's good, fool? I've been good living with the case. I've been good.
Starting at shooting guard, number 6, Odyssey.
Yeah, this is the first game of WNBA.
Starting at center, number 23, Azure Stevens.
Azure.
Starting at the other guard, number 10, Kelsey Plum.
Okay, Plum. Kelsey Plum.
The other forward, number 5, De'Erica Hamby.
De'Erica.
The head coach of your home team. Let's hear it for your Los Angeles starters.
Hello and welcome to our coverage of the WNBA on 2K Sports.
Alpha Line, what's poppin'? What's good, gang?
Going up against the Los Angeles Sparks. Here with Tim Schwartz and Brian Banafitemi, I'm Blake Zuniga, and it's good to have you with us. You know, it's always interesting to match up the offseason expectations with the reality of a new season.
That's what's so great about this league from a fan perspective, right? There's always something to look forward to, no matter where your team is.
Well, both teams here, they're excited about the possibilities. And that can mean anything from developing young talent to winning a chip.
Here's Sims.
There you go. We ready.
Yeah, it's always a relief to get
All right, we
those
ready.
out of the way and up on the board.
Yeah, let's play some basketball.
Knocks it loose.
Sims with it, and it's Jones picking her up.
Now the Sparks moving it up.
And the basket by Hamby.
Zero problems running rim to rim for Hamby. A gifted athlete, her long strides make up lots of ground quick.
Pass to Howard.
Goes back up.
Girl.
The kick out to Canada. And she was camped there in the lane and gets the 3-second call. An expansion team back in 2008. The Dream had some serious early success in the W.
Well, you remember, they went 4-30 their first year. But after that, 3 finals appearances in 5 years. Unfortunately, they lost.
She been good. How AT doing? How Brandy? How AT doing down there?
Now here's Jones.
To end the run. Goes up with it again.
Good block.
No good. Not a friendly rim at all this trip down. And it's the Sparks ball. Jackson guarded by Howard.
Another three.
Red hot out of the gates. 4 for 4 shooting.
Here's Canada. 10 points separating the teams. Pass to Jones. Howard. To the middle. Offensive rebound.
And another shot.
And nothing seeming to work as that one misses. She's 0 for 5.
Yeah, her touch has deserted her this quarter. nowhere to be found.
Drains the three-pointer.
What a start they've gotten off to.
Oh,
Big lead for
okay.
them, and they're still in the first quarter.
And it hasn't been just about their scoring, Tim. They're playing tremendous defense, too.
Well, Brian, you got to give it up for the coach as well. This game plan has been perfect.
And the basket by Flom.
So far, so good for them at the offensive end. In the early
Wait.
Their field goal percentage is terrific. Exactly the start they were hoping for.
Now here's Canada. Broke loose. Odyssey Sims with the steal. Plum gets the bucket.
Their offenses come together immediately.
He said, Plum gets the bucket.
I can't imagine they'll stay this hot for 4 quarters, but if they can even come close, look out.
And to pick up and keep this offensive pace would be insane.
Jones. She's covered by Hamby. Trying to get back on track.
Girl, you can't make a basket.
Out of bounds, it'll be the Sparks ball.
Los Angeles Sparks ball.
What you love about Brianna Jones, she's an old school center.
Well, she's not trying to stretch the floor, rarely takes threes. Jones rebounds, she protects the paint, and shoots a very high percentage. She shows there's serious value in that type of role still.
Now here's Gray. She's covered by Sims. Jones outside. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Gray.
Get on your girl.
And she's going for the oop here. Kelsey Plum with the steal. Pass break. Here comes the Sparks. Here's Sims. On target.
Good job, Sims.
Chucked up a few more points for them. This has been a one-sided game in
Oh,
just every area.
Sims on one.
Their defense, their offense, it's all been outstanding.
Lift them hands up.
Performance, Brian.
Now here's Canada. Quiet so far offensively, searching for first points of the game. Tipped away, and that'll be Atlanta's ball as it goes out of bounds.
Oh, the Atlanta Dreams. Okay.
Two on the clock. From deep three-point range. Rebound by the
Oh, we'll
Sparks.
take that.
She has been anything but her usual self this quarter. It's
And
been
Woo!
Damage from downtown,
Oh,
the
wait.
main reason they're sitting on this huge early lead. What shooting?
Just an aerial display from beyond the arc.
Now here's Powers. Howard. Back to Powers. Jones outside. Walker Kimbrough. Pass to Griner. They get a hand on it. Now here's McDonald. Powers covering. And McDonald gets it to go.
Turnover at one end and bang, a bucket at the other. There have been a few of those quick turnarounds today, and it's hurting them.
And you really can't play good team defense. You're scrambling after a miscue.
Over to the left wing. One from outside.
Another three.
This is an incredible run they're on. Offense as well as it can be played.
Every single player on their squad with the absolute magic touch. Shooting lights out. It's going to be tough for them to trim this deficit if she continues to miss those kinds of shots.
Again, the Sparks good for two.
Straight trip down the floor. McDonald working it to an uncovered player. Smart basketball.
There you
Now
go,
the
Cuban
Sparks
guy.
moving it up. Here's Jackson. Finished off the break.
Good job, Jackson.
To finish that break off.
What's up, man?
Yeah, and that right there is just a great
Sitting up here
read
playing
of how the Sparks are
WNBA.
developing and where the ball is going.
Such high basketball IQ.
What you in there
Boy,
doing?
did they ever make a mess out of that
I'm not
one. A
talking
terrible
about
turnover.
homegirl.
Which homegirl is that?
the cadence to what it does, Candace.
And the buzzer sounds to end the first, and we've got a blowout underway. Sparks ahead, opening a huge gap. And we'll be back in just a minute with the
What's up, Afterlife? What's up, Jackie? How's it going?
Yeah, I'm putting the women to work.
Oh.
I don't know what's wrong with my life.
It's been all one-way traffic through the first as the second quarter gets
underway.
And quite a position here for the Sparks to be in. What do you guys
think? Go in order before you forget.
And when they are winning.
Some sharp shooting from deep.
Call him.
Here's Canada. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Pass to Powers. Canada. Now Griner. Clock at 4.
Shoot.
Poked away. Powers. And it's going to be a 24-second violation. They'll turn it over. And in 2023, the Sparks went 17-23 and missed the playoffs by just 1 win.
They were firmly in before they lost 5 of their last 7 games. So I think a stronger finish to the year is a point of emphasis for this staff.
Outside Canada. Got a piece of it. Out of bounds. It'll be the Sparks ball. Plum. 12 points for her. Pass to Stevens. That's good, and it's Gary McDonald with the assist.
Well, this is what you get with Stevens, right? A go-getter who wants to make an impact.
Ball's knocked loose. Outside Powers. Reiner. She's guarded by Stevens. Reiner inside, working on Stevens. Reiner misses. Hamby with the ball, and it's Jones picking her up. And basket by Hamby.
Good job, Hamby.
Hamby, you know, open lanes to the
basket. Hamby.
Just asking to be burned.
Now here's Howard. Tight defense on her. They can't stop the run with that one. Outside Stevens. The shot's good.
Boy, good shot, Stevens.
And they're taking advantage.
That aspect of this game, the play in the paint, has gone almost entirely their way.
Absolutely.
Now here's Howard. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for her.
I love that the instinct that steal was made. They were going the other way.
Ball pressure leading to the run out. Oh, yeah, I can dig that.
Oh, yeah, and it leads to an easy basket.
Fast break. Here come the Sparks. From down in the low post, it goes.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic, and it's a big part of why they've been able to get good looks.
Absolutely. The defense unable to react quickly enough to deal with their passing.
And she's all alone. 6 for 6. She's yet to miss from the field.
My dude said 6 for
6.
6.
In transition now. They'll want to end that trend in a hurry.
There's no excuse for giving up easy, fast break buckets like that. They've got to be better.
Now here's Powers. And another fast break for the Sparks. Here we go. Good on the shot.
With that basket, that's now 8 of the last 10 points they've surrendered, coming on fast breaks.
Somebody wake up. They look asleep out there in transition. not showing nearly enough urgency getting back to
Back down.
some flurry of fast break activity. They've been racing up and down on the court.
10 straight points in transition. This defense is reeling right now.
Shot to stop the run. Here's Canada. And they have their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but still come up empty. Pass to Cannon from down low. And the Sparks getting another bucket right there.
Well, I'm a big fan of the fact that she's getting the touches she needs here after not scoring a point in the first quarter.
Here's Powers. Stevens grabs the board.
Boy, I mean, they can do nothing right. They cannot take the lid off.
They need a bucket in the worst way possible. They have got to stop this run somehow, or it's really going to get out of hand.
And Brian, teams always benefit from having a reliable veteran around, and Azure Stevens definitely fits that mold.
Yeah, a seasoned player who has won a championship. Stevens knows what it takes to win at the highest level. She can set the tone on the floor for her younger teammates.
Substitution on the court.
Outside set. Knocks down the 3-ball.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Great ball movement.
Great ball movement indeed. That's an example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Now here's Griner. Looking for a first basket still in this one.
Way to play the boards and come away with the offensive rebound.
They get the rebound. Here's Jones. And she can't stop this drought. Another miss.
This has been a brutal day for her. She still has not made one shot. Not a single one. No wonder they're struggling. Well, the jump shot, it's been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
They keep on pulling up and just watching them go down.
And that opens up your offense.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Here's Jones. 6 to shoot. Pass to Walker Kimbrough. The 3-ball. They get it back. Jones. They shoot again. Oh, no good. Trying to beat the buzzer. So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. Sparks ahead, running away with it. And we'll see you right after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
They scorching that man. And ain't nobody saying nothing either.
Welcome back to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the final 2 quarters. A fantastic game from Kelsey Plum in this one.
Her decision-making simply flawless today. Nothing but quality shots from her in the first half. She wasn't forcing anything.
Yeah, but I think here in the second half, they may want her to be a little more assertive. Start taking more shots, even the tough ones.
And welcome back as we begin the second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, but anything can happen.
And talking about the Dream, they do one thing very well, that's get to the line.
Last year, they led the league in free throw makes and attempts. The Dream have athletic slashers and players that can get to the rim.
Nice job by them to come out and get some easy buckets from fast breaks, and that's something that can really jumpstart the team's offense.
And the other thing, too, is when you don't allow the defense to set up shop, scoring becomes a lot easier.
Now here's Gray. Pass to Griner. And there's the 3-second violation.
Boneheaded play, guys. Plain and simple.
And mistakes like that are going to make it very hard for them to get out of this hole.
And that's part of the reason why they're in this hole.
And they're making this a runaway.
Yeah, the only question here for us to follow is how big the lead will eventually become.
And the basket by Handy.
Defensively, they're on the double every time the ball comes inside.
And if they don't start showing some aggression, things are just going to get worse.
Now here's Canada. She hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Pass to Howard. Canada. Gray with it. From deep. Doesn't go that time. One item that stood out is their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it's tough to
Good job, Sam.
shaky defense down low again.
She got 12 points, 2 assists.
I'm sure they didn't go into this one expecting to get battered like this inside.
Now here's Howard. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
Just a total loss of concentration right there.
Yeah, this game could turn even more sour on them if those are the kinds of mistakes they're going to make.
Need better focus.
Right side Sims. Wasted no time on that one.
That would be 4 in a row for them now as they have come out racing out of the gate to start the second half.
And you're the dream. Nothing yet for them here in the third quarter. Pass to Jones. That's tipped. It's stolen by De'Erica Hamby. Lays it up and banks
Good
it in.
job, Jackson.
5 straight now. Coming out of halftime, rolling.
And so here's Atlanta.
And the 2-time 6th player of the year. You can't deny the impact of De'Erica Hamby.
Yeah, now she's too good to win that award. You have to start Hamby. A huge part of the Aces' first title game.
Good job, Jackson.
One of the most underrated and overlooked players in the league.
They're going on a nice little run here.
And getting to the rack has been the key. They're getting point-blank looks time and time again.
Right side Canada. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
Boy, coming out of halftime slow, 0 for 3.
Pass to Sims. There's the 3. That drops and shuts off the system to Kelsey Plum.
She's created some good opportunities for herself and made the most of them.
Gray outside. Canada. Jones outside. 5 on the clock.
DJ Lawrence 35. What's up with your cutie pie? I tried to call you earlier. What happened?
Good for the 5th time. 5 shots. She remains perfect.
Yeah, with that conversion, they continue to make the most of all these turnovers here.
Absolutely easy buckets the other way, and that's what you've got to do with miscues. Convert them to points.
Now here's Gray. No scoring yet from her, but that's likely to change.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. Because 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup.
Gotta see Sims for 3. Another 3.
And what a performance we're seeing from her. Not one miss today. Remarkable.
Now here's Canada. She's guarded by Plum. On the wing, Ryan Howard. Back to Canada. Shot clock at 5. Knocked loose. Stolen by Plum. She just can't.
Good job, Plum.
8 in. Flawless.
Where would they be without all these easy points off turnovers?
Well, one thing's for sure, it's made matters a lot easier for them offensively.
And it's
Good job, Plum.
What have to be said, their transition D has just been awful.
Yeah, fast break points left and right. I mean, at some point, you've got to make that commitment to sprint back and slow them down.
Now here's Canada. It's stolen by De'Erica Andy. And another fast break for the Sparks. Here we go. Here's Stevens. And it's
Good job, Stevens.
On the play with Chelsea Plum.
We're seeing them turn up the tempo now.
Yeah, looking to push the break at every opportunity. 6 straight points in transition.
Now the Sparks moving it up. Count the bucket. Coming off a perfectly placed assist.
Good job, Plum.
It's a nice third-quarter surge they've got going on right now.
Yeah, and it's a great time to get hot, just as we get into the meat of the second half.
Absolutely. Build some distance. Try to get things going.
Now here's Canada. She's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Clock at 6. Got a piece of it. And stolen by Azurá Stevens. Fast break. Here come the Sparks. Pushing it up. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
It's been all one-way traffic here. They've really been lights out offensively.
And there's no telling how big that lead's going to get.
He just keeps increasing.
For 3, Ryan Howard. No good on the last second attempt there. At the end of the third quarter, a huge lead, and this one may already have been decided. The Sparks on top, delivering the blowout. And time for a short break. Stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. And we're getting underway in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things can change. And the Sparks with possession here. Russell, she's guarded by Griner.
Good job, Russell.
An excellent display of passing out there, fellas. I mean, 8 of the last 10 points have been assisted on.
Some great passing. They keep on finding the open teammate. Good ball movement.
Here's Jones. Griner shot is off.
Take that.
Now here's Russell. Not a lot of room. For 3. And the Sparks, another 3.
They're having so much trouble stopping the three-point shot.
And they're not making up for it with their own shots from deep either.
That'll kill you, a differential like that from beyond the arc.
Tries again. It's hauled in by the Sparks. Fourth quarter of basketball, we're about 1 minute into it. That's good, and it's Asia Clarendon with the assist.
They've been very sound offensively in the second half.
And there's really no comparison between the teams in terms of the way they've both shot the ball since the break.
And you kind of wonder what was one team talking about in the locker room and what was the other.
Now here's Walker Kimbrough. They need this. Knocked away. And this could get even more out of hand if they continue to put up points.
What a performance it's been.
And the shot is good.
Well, there's hot guys, and there's really hot. They can't miss.
Sometimes an individual will go on a shooting tear like this, but a whole team?
This is special, Brian.
Here's Jones. And we've talked about this. One of the major challenges in the W is travel.
Well, you look at just the geography of these. Most of the teams are on the West Coast and on the East Coast.
McDonald's.
You end up with really long flights to play those interconference games.
And it just tells you that resting between games is so important. Diet, sleep, taking care of your body is crucial.
And the whistle blows on backboard violations. Went over and back.
The teamwork and rhythm we saw from them earlier just isn't there right now, and the turnovers are starting to mount.
Clarendon up top, covered by Walker Kimbrough. Good by Cannon.
Okay, Cannon.
Basketball on the interior. That's the kind of pass a coach loves to see.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed by now here in the fourth quarter.
And here's Jones.
6 on the shot clock. Outside Powers. Shot to stop the drought. The Dream again can't hit. And here are the Sparks now. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. 2 points, that one goes in.
Now here's Walker Kimbrough.
They get a hand on it, and stolen by Clarendon.
Okay, Clarendon.
An easy 2 points on the layup.
8 of the last 10 points. That's right, you heard me right. 8 of their last 10 points at that end of the court have been scored on very high percentage shots in the paint. Something's got to change.
You know, the defense making it far too easy for them, and they're taking advantage.
Now here's Walker Kimbrough.
And stolen by Clarendon. Pass to Russell. From outside the arc.
Good job, Russell.
And they are just killing them with the three-point shot here in the second half.
Yeah, and the defense knows it. They're fully stretched out there trying to stop the three and still haven't been able to do it.
I don't know defensively what they can do different at this point.
Poked away. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Dream.
Dream ball.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. And they're getting beat up pretty bad out there.
Yeah, you know, they can't keep up the status quo. They've got to make some changes.
Yeah, this game will be over quickly. And that's going to be over in fact. Wasn't watching for the line that time.
He's not doing them any favors making those kind of errors.
Especially now with every possession being a critical one for them at this point.
Just the worst time for it to happen.
Here's Cannon. Powers covering.
Took him no time at all on that one.
Great feed by Sims. With her court vision, she knows where all her teammates are.
Outside Powers. It's stolen away. All by herself.
Here's Cannon.
Lays it in off the breakaway.
Good job, Cannon.
Prolific in transition today. That's had a lot to do with their success.
It has. They've done a good job recognizing anytime they've had numbers and then taking advantage. We've seen it again and again.
Gotta see Sims for 3.
Good job.
Get your popcorn ready. Her performance from long range has been something to behold, something to admire.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, that's been her shot today.
Here's Cannon. Powers covering.
Fires top of the key. And
Sims.
another bucket right there.
I don't want to say that they're trying to run up the score, but they do keep adding up to that lead.
Well, if you won't say it, partner, I will. They're trying to run up the score here.
Now here's Powers. Pass to Walker Kimbrough. Parked down low that time and got hit with the 3-second call.
Foolish play. I mean, she's got to be thinking out there.
Which she clearly isn't at this moment. Or maybe she was thinking, just not about basketball.
And it's been a very successful stretch for them.
You're right. This is quite a run they're on.
Cannon. That's good, and it's Asia Clarendon.
Good job, Cannon.
They are dialed in from three-point land here in the fourth.
Yeah, and that's just putting it mildly, Tim. I mean, they're putting a world of hurt on their opponents with the triple.
And there's no better time, Brian, to hit threes than in the fourth quarter.
Can't hit from in close. So it's the Sparks now. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. Strings it from beyond the arc.
A confidence builder for sure. When Odyssey Sims is knocking down the triple, it unleashes the rest of her offense.
Hold on, babe. I'll be in there in just a second. Hold up.
Jacks up a 3. No good there. And so it's the Sparks.
You want to think the Atlanta Dream
going away. They were a better basketball team by far.
for coming to LA. Sorry we had to beat y'all 127-0. We see y'all next time go round. I'll be right back, y'all. Shout out to the two. All right, y'all, here I come. Give me a minute. I gotta get something for wife.
What you need?
What I go for all the time.
What, some
Yeah.
no, some, white diamond?
No, the other one.
You want me to get them?
If you got the money.
You got the money for them?
I know I do. Do you?
No.
You never do. Why is that? All right, y'all. The second game, we got the LA Sparks going against the Aces. Any flavor, 3, and bring another pop on.
Okay, you say 3-pack?
Yep, any flavor and bring another pop on.
So which one? You talking about the squish one?
The normal ones I usually get besides the diamond. The show.
Okay, where the show?
Moments away.
The show.
The Los Angeles Sparks.
Any flavor.
I'm Blake Zuniga, and with me at the broadcast table are Tim Schwartz and Brian Banafitani. And we've got a great guard matchup here tonight, fellas.
No doubt about it. Safe to say, we're all looking forward to this one.
Oh, I am looking forward to this one for sure, Brian. Both these teams are very talented in the backcourt.
Good job, Pierre.
Whoever wins that battle of the backcourts, I think they win the game.
Now here's Young. Knocks it loose. Last break, here come the Sparks. Here's Jackson. Lays it in.
Good job, Jackson. Jackson. Good job. They don't know how to hold you.
Now here's Young. And a bit of a battle for the ball.
Jump ball, jump ball, gotta jump ball.
Jump ball there.
It'll be a jump ball.
And here are the Aces now.
Oh, what's this?
Sims with it. Now Young defending. Kicks it out to Plum. Shot on the wing.
Plum for 3.
Good.
No, that was 2. That was my fault. That was 2. That was 2. Plum for 2. Okay.
About 1 minute played here so far in the first. Ball's knocked loose. Odyssey Sims with the steal. Pass to Stevens. 1 up, 1 down.
Good job, Stevens.
First shot of this game.
4 makes on 4 shots. Everything is falling for them early.
Well, you look at the run the Aces are on. Do you think we can call them a dynasty?
Over the last 4 years, they have 3 trips to the finals and 2 championships.
All right, Plum.
Now, I think the coming seasons will determine if they are officially a dynasty, but they're definitely on that path.
Now here's Gray. Pass to Lloyd. Wilson. She's covered by Hamby. Shot clock at 5.
You got the kid?
Here's Young.
Huh?
Here's Wilson. They can't.
They on the bar stool by the couch, babe.
10 points separating the teams. Here's Tammy laid in with a nice touch on the glass.
Oh, no, leave the keys. I forgot I got to take that trash out. God damn it.
Run away with this game.
I can't imagine
Hey,
staying this hot for 4
leave the
quarters.
keys because I forgot I got to take that trash out.
Yeah, to pick up and keep this offensive pace would be insane.
I'm gonna go Amazon too.
Here's Plum.
Amazon for what?
The shit they gotta say.
I'm really triggered by their transition.
You sure?
Let's see if they keep that trend up.
They've gotten a burst of energy, and they're
Because that's the one that'll pull dollar bills in.
Down low.
That'll what?
That's the one that's putting, okay, instead of opening the safe,
They're still trying to break the
to put
seal.
money in there,
There's the triple.
it'll put it in. It's like an ATM.
Good start.
That's just great ball movement.
And
That's why I got it. It's like it's an ATM.
with the purpose. The D has not been
So
able to
just order it. That's where you want to. Unless you're gonna order you one, I'll pay
This has
for
been a
it.
rough start for them, to say the least.
no
Money.
doubt about that. That's their 4th turnover.
Come here.
And we've barely gotten started.
Inside.
I said unless you're gonna order you one, I'll pay for it.
Coming from inside the paint now. I mean, there's more holes in their defense than in
Or
the
unless you gonna,
Man, he's made me hungry. But
what you gonna do? Get you a safe?
5 of the last 6
Yeah,
games
I got
they've been
$23
inside.
left
They've established themselves
on
inside.
Amazon.
Well, price you a safe. Price you either you can get one like
No
mine,
scoring yet from her, but that's
and that's where you can keep your
And here's the fast
you can
break.
keep your leftover change in or your important paper.
Another one falls for the Sparks.
So it's up to you, man.
Showtime, settling into their offense.
But order that safe for me.
locked in right now, really making the most out of their possession.
All right.
I love the game plan from this coach early.
Pass to Gray. Lloyd.
Love you.
Tipped away. And stolen by Sims.
2 minutes remaining.
Off the backboard, Sim.
Guys, they've allowed an embarrassing amount of points just off turnovers.
Well, you can't get back on defense with any kind of numbers after fumbling it away like that.
The offense and defense, they're connected in basketball.
Absolutely.
Sim.
Defense
All right.
is giving up far too many open looks.
To battle back, they'll need to simply shore up their defense. It's as easy as that.
Now here's Gray. That's tipped.
Hey,
And we're going to have a
jump off. Let go of the ball.
tied up there.
This girl.
That's a jump ball.
And it's the Aces with the ball. Shot clock at 6. Both loose. And the ball is tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
Damn.
Jump ball call.
And it's the Aces with the ball. And as the shot clock expires, 24-second violation. So both teams making some changes here.
Hey, let's go, y'all. Shit.
Now here's Plum. Evans covering. And that one.
Good job, Plum.
8 of the last 10 points. That's right, you heard me right. 8 of their last 10 points at that end of the court have been scored on very high percentage shots in the paint. Something's got to change.
You know, the defense is making it far too easy for them, and they're taking advantage.
Now here's Wilson.
There your girl, Hamden.
Basically searching for first points of the game. Just 4 to shoot.
Come on, Plum.
And there's a shot clock violation. Couldn't get it off in time.
Substitution for Los Angeles. Barry McDonald.
Cannon. Guarded by Young. And the Sparks. Another three.
Another pass put right into the shooter's pocket for a terrific assist. You know, they've done a lot of that today.
And you know, it's something we haven't seen much at the opposite end of the court.
Fast break. Here come the Sparks. Now 5 seconds separating the shot clock in the game.
Oh, good job, McDonald.
Even more enormous. They played terrific basketball at both ends.
No doubt about it. I certainly can't think of an area where they've underperformed.
And neither can I.
Here's
Look at
Hamby.
that. Smart play. Hamby, good job. Smart play.
Opening quarter for them.
Yeah, I mean, look at the lead they've jumped out to already. This is the start that coaches dream of.
It'll count. That one misses. Would have counted had it gone. And that's it for the first quarter in what's been a very lopsided game. Sparks ahead, running away with this one. And don't go away, as we'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a bit.
Look at all that.
Well, not exactly a neck-and-neck game, but as the second quarter starts, there is plenty of time for a comeback. And quite a position here for the Sparks to be in. What do you guys think?
Lots of running to start the game here.
It's a tempo that they like, and they're getting some easy buckets in transition.
Here's Young. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one.
Well, I know the Sparks, the organization, and the fans are thrilled to have Cameron Brink, the second overall pick in the 2024
Get on your girl, Cannon.
The type of player LA is going to build around. In college, a national champion as a freshman, first-team All-American as a senior. Brink is known for her defense, an incredible shot blocker, and that's the basis for the Sparks defense.
And the Sparks with possession here. Pass to Hamby. Outside McDonald for three. Hits it
Mickey
from
D.
3-point range.
Well, she's hitting from three. McDonald becomes an impossible matchup
okay.
for whoever gets her assignment.
Knocked loose. Gray outside. The steal by McDonald.
Okay.
No question. They're winning the
Good job, McDonald.
There really has been a great flow to their open court offense. It's been humming.
And it's been working.
Now here's Gray. Outside Hayes. Got a piece of it. Fast break. Here come the Sparks. Pushing it up. Here's Jackson. Again.
Good job, Jackson.
They've worked the ball around, and they keep finding those quality looks from mid-range.
The defense keeps backing off and waiting for them to attack the rack, but they just keep burying those pull-ups.
Take what you get. That's the simple message.
And they're making them pay.
Here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. Offensive rebound. Young's shot is off.
Typically she has the touch to finish when she's in that tight. Not sure what happened there.
Here's McDonald. And that comes off the assist.
Yeah, good job, McDonald.
This is crazy. Every shot they're taking right now is finding the mark.
Literally every shot. They just aren't missing.
And it's been an interesting start to the year here, Tim. A few games not going as predicted.
Yeah, you look around the league, we've already seen kind of a few upsets in the game. Basketball, it's not played on hardwood. But you can't just look at a lineup and know exactly what to expect.
That's the thrill of it, right? Every season, a couple teams break out, a couple teams fall off, and new stars are born.
Now here's Young. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. And
McDonald.
They're turning the game into a drag race. Sprinting out for easy fast break baskets. Just way too easy.
Yeah, it is too easy. Going on a nice run here. And defensively, you have to force them to operate.
You got back up, man.
This
Jackson.
Jackson gets the bucket.
Usually teams go on runs and it comes from a lot of layups and dunks, but that's not the case here.
Yeah, they've put this run together on the strength of their mid-range jumpers. And you know something? They might as well be layups the way they're shooting it.
Clarendon, that's good.
Good job, Clarendon.
Aggressive finish on the break.
You're not going to come by a bucket any easier than that.
Now here's Gray.
Clarendon covering.
And so it looks like the Aces will retain possession here.
Substitution on the court.
Sparks on D. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. Pass to Young. Clock at 6. Deflected. Chelsea Gray for 3. The Aces with another miss.
And you can just feel the desperation now. They're starting to lose their composure offensively.
They're clearly frustrated, and it's understandable. I mean,
Good
they're
job,
on the wrong
Clarendon.
side of a monster run.
And they got to just settle down, stick to the game plan.
Keep your composure.
Well, we can all agree on this. There is nothing quite like summer hoops in Vegas, as long as the AC is pumping.
Yeah, 110, 115, get up there. You got the 2K Summer League going on. The men's national team normally playing games, having a camp, tons of elite high school events. And of course,
Good job,
Aces
Jackson.
season is a switch. They've been playing
They
very
did.
smart
Well, they won.
offensively in the first
And
half. I think that's safe to say.
The numbers support that. They're shooting much better percentage from the field.
Let's see if they can keep it up.
Now here's Gray.
Clarendon covering.
Now the Sparks moving it up. Good.
Much of their offensive production, it's come down to their willingness to get out and run.
If you have the legs to do it, it's a great way to play. They've made that commitment.
Now here's Gray. Looking for a first basket still in this one. And another fast break for the Sparks. Here we go. And down it goes. 2 points.
Scoring well here at the midway point and starting to put some distance between them.
Yeah, they're padding that lead bit by bit, and offensively, they just continue to roll, Tim.
Absolutely, Brian. Have to continue playing with this intensity.
Here's Parker Tyus.
Pass to Gray. To the middle.
Egbo.
Clock at 4. Outside Lloyd. Shot to stop the drought. The Sparks scrapping this.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Lucky she was off.
I just hope that was a mistake by the D, because if that's how they plan to guard her, they're going to have serious problems.
Loves to grow and improve. Stevens is always looking to add another wrinkle to her game, and that catch and shoot is pretty deadly.
Now here's Egbo.
And stolen by Clarendon. And Azure Stevens makes the foul.
oh, come
That's her
on,
first
man.
foul.
Substitution on the court.
Outside Young. Poked away.
Jackson with the steal.
He's got a clear path. And it's in. Here's Young. A dominating first half of play, and so
I'll be
far,
right back, y'all. Get some snacks.
Sparks on top, delivering the blowout. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter after the break. welcome back to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the final 2 quarters.
And when you look at McDonald, she's a player who's been getting it done.
She's been a revelation tonight, scoring almost at will in the first half.
Hard to imagine she'll be able to keep it up for the next 2 quarters, but you never know. It could be a special night for her.
Hello and welcome back. Third quarter just about to get going in what has been a runaway of a game so far. Pass to Egbo. Now Young. Knocked away. 6 to shoot.
Such tough defense there against one of the better finishers in the game.
And Jackie Young came into this league as a good passer, but she's taking it
Good job, Juan.
to another level.
Yeah, and as her scoring continues to improve, so does her playmaking. That makes her very difficult to defend with the ball in her hands. She's already fulfilled her immense potential.
And that's out of bounds. Las Vegas will retain possession.
Oh, Las Vegas Aces. Okay.
Now here's Gray. D right on her. Kelsey Plum drives in. Makes it off the glass.
3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The defense better start buckling down.
They're getting exposed and punished down low.
Now here's Gray. She's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. And the basket by
Okay, brother girl. Okay.
Secret weapon.
Boy, and the defense consistently a step slow in transition. At some point, they've got to make the adjustment.
Now here's Lloyd. Pass to Egbo. Young with it. 6 on the shot clock. The Sparks grab the miss.
She's just had a brutal outing, and she still hasn't managed to get a field goal, and the team is struggling because of it.
Jackson gets the bucket.
It's just been a great start for this offense here in the second half. They're 4 for 4 right now.
Now here's Gray. She's guarded by Plum. Drops in the
Good job, Plum.
This is a nice
Well, Plum letting them have
Great
it.
time to get hot, just as we get into the meat of the second half.
Absolutely. Build some distance. Try to get things going.
Now here's Gray.
Wait a minute.
Pass to Lloyd. Gray. She's guarded by Plum. It's Queen Egbo high post. Working on Stevens. And stolen by Stevens. And another fast break for the Sparks. Here we go. Here's Plum.
Good job, Plum.
Jackson.
The fast break has been kind to them here, and they're clicking in transition.
3 of the last 5 scores have come from fast break chances. They've made the most of their opportunities.
Now here's Egbo. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for her. Just 5 on the clock. Jackie Young from outside. Hamby grabs the miss.
She's been an absolute non-factor this game. Just a horrible performance from her.
Ding dong.
Last 3
Like
playoffs.
what?
See LA struggle like this.
An original WNBA team, they missed the postseason just 4 times in their first 24 seasons. Now, this franchise has the best winning percentage in league history, so you expect they'll turn it around pretty soon.
Now here's Wilson. Here's Egbo. That one rolling around and rims out. So it's the Sparks now. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. Buries it from 3-point range.
That's 2 bombs in a row from long range. They're starting to heat up.
The defense is step slow. They've got to take away that airspace.
Here's Gray. Kelsey Plum with the steal. Fast break, here come the Sparks.
Got you over there, baby.
And the Sparks, another three.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over again.
They might have found the Achilles heel of this defense. That was their 9th straight point from beyond the arc.
Lays it in off the breakaway.
Well, it has to be said, their transition D has just been awful.
Yeah, fast break points left and right. I mean, at some point, you've got to make that commitment to sprint back and slow them down.
Here's Plum. Drops in the breakaway layup.
If there's one thing Plum knows, it's how to score. The fast break hoops can get her going.
It's been several possessions since they've converted.
They've got to find a way to change that.
Outside Lloyd. Rebound by the Sparks. Here's Sims. From downtown, another three for the Sparks.
They come out of halftime smoking hot from beyond the arc.
Yeah, and as hot as they are from out there, there's absolutely no reason not to just keep letting them fly.
I agree, Brian. They should all have the green light.
Now here's Gray. Wyatt so far offensively searching for first points of the game.
Who analyzed former officer Demetrius Haley's actions the night of Halloween.
Here's Egbo. Out to Lloyd. And 5 seconds differential. Gray outside.
Pointing out what Haley
from deep three-point range. Can't hit that one. And the miss. That's the third quarter. Pretty much up blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. The Sparks on top, opening a huge gap. And after a quick break, we're coming right back with the start of the fourth quarter.
He takes the time to look to see where he's going to.
Well, I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
And with the accuracy to go along with that vision, she put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That is how you orchestrate.
So he takes the time basically to aim and to kick the area that he wants to kick. And that's in association with the training we see in this police department.
And we welcome you back as we get going into the fourth quarter.
This is the last
Final
quarter
quarter
right here.
play can change everything. Pass to Russell, 11 feet out, and just hits
Good job, Russell.
Now Evans. Poked away, and that's out of bounds. Las Vegas faces the second.
You've got to be something different, isn't it? Well, and maybe a way of saying, cool Jeff, after you get to manifest. Or maybe a way of saying, beat that man.
Cameron is on stand most of today. Coming up later, we'll review more of today's testimony.
Got a piece of it. Hayes with it. Clarendon covering. Pass to Evans. Back to Hayes. Back at 6.
Yeah, where you going?
Releases. No good on the back of the rim.
With the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be. And that's firmly in the driver's seat.
Rebounding, it's an effort stat. And they've been the more determined team to this point.
Now here's Hayes.
Well, in 2023, we saw the WNBA expand their schedule to 40 games. How did you like that move, Brian?
I think it's a great thing. None of us are complaining about more basketball.
I'm in total agreement. I always want more basketball because that's more fun. We get to watch this great league more. You know, the great thing is it's allowed fans in the league to get more chances to see stars come to their hometowns. I think it's been a great improvement.
Shots good by Burrell.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 buckets are from three-point range.
The defense, they have to close out quicker.
Now here's Hayes. Pass to Gustafson. Martin.
We got life for royalty, man. Look, we screen for it. We life for royalty. You see my mouth spinning on circle. Look, I gave her 1 million something followers when I gave her this page. She still got 1 million followers.
Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here on the fourth. McDonald gets it to go.
These defenders are putting up very little resistance to the three-point shot.
And it's killing them. 4 of the last 5 makes coming from long range.
Now here's Hayes. Pass to Gustafson.
You broke up my family. Not only did you break up my family, you stole my kids while I was going to Dubai.
And here's Evans. Clarendon recovering. 4 on the shot clock.
Now we're going to jump into a video. Come on, the video.
It's hauled in by Cannon.
Oh, you need backup at the ball.
Here comes the spark. That's good.
James Cannon. Cannon, like, I got you.
They can't possibly keep this up much longer.
When was the last time they missed, Tim? This is just a remarkable shooting display.
They put it on a clinic.
Oh, shit. I got you, baby. I got you. I got you. Good job, Cannon.
I love that the instant that steal was made, they were going the other way.
Ball pressure leading to the run out. Oh, yeah, I can dig that.
Oh, yeah, and it leads to an easy basket.
Both teams will make substitutions.
You so crazy. You got screenshotted texting me that Danny ended up in the hospital again. Why they in the hospital that time she went to run on? If y'all looking at the screen recording, my birthday weekend vlog, Life for Royalty, 2 months ago, you can see Dan has an arm cast in the video. Those last 4 videos, your daughter has been to the hospital.
Today, guys.
Yeah, they're finding the gap defense and picking them apart.
Now here's Evans. I don't know what's happening, bro. What are y'all doing? You call me.
There you go, baby. There you
go. You confiscated them with my brother. I wasn't even here. So, what's really going on?
4th quarter of play and over 3.5 minutes have gone by now. 6 to shoot. And
let him go, baby. Let him go.
I said, can I talk to her? Please let me FaceTime her. I'm supposed to really be with her right now. She's not supposed to be with her. She's supposed to be with my brother having fun. But instead, she ended up at your house at the dentist, at the doctor or somewhere.
Down to 5 on the shot clock.
So I texted her.
Knocks it loose. Here's Hayes. Misses and close.
Shorty, why you mad at Dubai? I know you.
Abby she's against Gustafson. The open shot late to Clarendon. Good. And Erica Hammond gets the assist.
Love the selfless, intelligent play by Amy. Puts the ball into a wide open shooter's hands.
Outside Hayes.
They be asking me as the other one. But you, they be like,
looking around the league, Brian, which he has the best young core.
Oh, this is an easy one. I'm going with the franchise that has the last 2 #1 overall picks. Indiana Heat.
Yeah, those two fit so well. Leah Boston dominating the paint. Caitlin Clark on the perimeter. Good luck stopping that pick.
Now here's Evans. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. Pass to McDonald. And guarded by Young. Pulls up on the wing. Another one falls for this one.
We're seeing shots dropping very well now.
Yeah, this has been an extremely efficient second half for them up to this point. Their coach has to be happy.
A steal by McDonald. Now the Sparks moving it up ahead. Now Clarendon shoots from the corner. It's good for the 7th time this game. It shot 7 and made 7. Now here's Evans.
That's it. She tried to take me out by applying pressure. She told me
that's tip.
The reason why I told her, she told the whole internet, not just the whole world, but the whole world on the show.
After and that's out of bounds.
Even Flo will tell you, bro, on my soul. I've never touched anybody. But Jalea was one of my best friends, bro. She was actually Royalty's best friend, but she was one of my best friends. Anything Royalty told her to do, I already knew she would do. I just didn't know they would do this. I had so much fun. That's like this ever happened.
Now the Sparks. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets.
Shots good by Cannon. Well, it wasn't already out of reach. Now, thanks to the spurts they're having.
And why put on the brakes now, Tim? I say just keep on firing.
And Brian, you want to run up the score?
Now here's Hayes. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Can they get it? Pass to Gustafson. Evans. Clarendon covering. Clock at 6. Goes up again. That one, no good.
That's the way you want to play.
I want to thank the Las Vegas Aces for hosting this game. Sorry for Joe 119 and this. See you next time go around.
Building and dominate the way they did tonight says an awful lot about this team.
Yeah, Blake, I guess they don't need home cooking like your mom to feel at home. Just a masterful performance all around for them.
That'll do it for our broadcast, everyone.
She told the people the one lie that destroys character. She destroyed my character. And now I'm doing the same to her, except I'm not lying at all. I'm posting fact after fact after fact. Anybody that sees anything that I'm doing, you know it's the truth. When Shorty lie on me, I'm going to tell the truth on her. All of you guys need to use that, bro. Be like CJ So Cool. Don't be like Royalty. Because someone's defeating you, you don't have to make up a lie, bro. Tell the truth. And if the truth won't set you free, then just dead it. Drop it. My truth always sets me free. I got X after X after X making videos of me, bro. But the truth is, they will never tell you guys they lost. And now they're upset.
Okay.
And now they want me to lose with them because Miss loves company. I'm not going down with them.
Hold on, y'all.
You can stay in the barrel. I'm the crab that got out. I evolved. Now I'm a starfish. Don't be hating on me.
Okay. May 22nd, the Mystics comes to LA.
I'm not like you, and you not like me. So, back to Royalty, man. I don't want my mouse to die because my mouse be having technical difficulties. I don't know if I should react to how we truly feel because it got 157,000 views, or if I should react to the truth, girls they like a Royalty. I'm going to react to the truth, girls they like a Royalty. Why? Because, what's the truth? 1. 2. What is girls that? You left CJ? Okay, that's cool, because when I gave my brother CJ and Dave, you got mad and confiscated them. So who did you leave my kid with? Where is CJ? Huh? Around Jalea, the one that lies and say people touch people? I believe she touched my son. What about that? You see, what if I came out with that narrative? Now she's not even...
Hello and welcome to our coverage of the WNBA on 2K Sports.
We'll watch the Washington Mystics in this one as they go up against the Los Angeles Sparks.
I'm Blake Zuniga, and with me at the broadcast table are Tim Sports and Brian Barrington. Excitement about the new WNBA season really hasn't worn off yet. Well, you think, training camp happened, preseason happened, some of these things very exciting either way.
Well, soon enough, everyone will be rolling. And then the competition starts to get real fierce.
Stolen by Block. Now the Sparks moving it up. Gotta see Sims for 3.
Got another one. I'll keep cutting this off from the inside. We're going to keep bringing them on outside.
Sims uses a mature feel for the game to score points.
Tipped away. Sykes outside. Pass to Ainsworth. Melbourne. Shot clock at 5. Pass break. Here comes the Sparks. Up ahead. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly with the layup.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic, and it's a big part of why they've been able to get good looks.
Absolutely, the defense unable to react quickly enough to deal with their passing.
Let it go.
It's going to be out of bounds. The Mystics will retain.
That's bullshit right there. That's not right.
Wow, this is so amazing to see. All the people that support liars, cheaters, and scammers, All of you
Pass to
busts,
Sight.
spots, and royalty comments. All of you low-life bum bots.
Just for a shoot. Comes out of the gate heavy.
Now Washington went 19-21 in the 2021 season, falling in the first round to the Livin.
Yeah, getting hit by the defensive runner up in the North. Missed it for 19-20 expanded community game regular season. They ended up with 7 seeds.
Now here's Sight. Knocked away. It's stolen by Hamby. And another fast break for the Sparks. Here we go. That one falls.
Defense has been on their back heels with the way they've been running the ball up and down.
And that can get you going. Some explosive plays in transition. They're really keying this run.
The offensive rebound.
It's Melbourne. That one a little off. Hamby outside. Trying to see Sims for 3. Three for the Sparks.
Great outside shooting is really fueling this run.
And he's just getting bombarded. They haven't been able to slow them down.
Poked away. Stolen by Plum. Faked in off the glass.
They look really sharp here.
I'm looking at you. What's that you looking at?
It's been several possessions since they converted.
They've got to find a way to change that.
Pass to Sight. Edwards.
Let us move. Mind your business. Your business is me.
6 to shoot. And here's Melbourne. The 3 ball. Broke loose. And out of bounds. Sparks will take it. Sparks ball.
You know what's funny?
Now the Sparks.
Everybody watching your videos was you little copy
inside.
Jackson
outside. Takes the 3. And that.
He has gotten a little lax defending the 3-point shot at that end.
Yeah, 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed coming from beyond the arc.
Shot by Kelsey Plum. Another one falls to the Sparks.
The points they've allowed straight off turnovers are really hurting them.
Well, you know, you're not giving your defense enough time to react when you give up the ball like that.
Kelsey Plum with a steal. Here's Hamby. Drops in the breakaway layup.
Tremendous first quarter shooting the basketball.
Yeah, just some really impressive scoring. Everything seems to be going in.
You know, when we talk about players who just get better during the offseason that put in the work, Kelsey Plum has got to be high on that list.
Yeah, she was the first overall pick back in 2017. Struggled for a few years to get a great percentage, but Plum's really improved on her game. She's been top 5 in most improved players 3 different times, and now one of the best scoring guards in the W.
Plum with it. Edwards picks her up. Hamby for 3.
That's now 7 straight points for them coming from fast breaks.
And they're making it look easy. Running it down their throats in transition.
Now here's Edwards.
No scoring yet from her, but that's likely to change. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Sight. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. Pass to Sims from 17 feet out. And it's good. And an assist on the play. Kelsey Plum.
He's finding all kinds of ways to get it going right now. What a quarter she's having.
Not watching the line there, and that'll get back for a violation.
I'll be honest, simply sloppy from her. Far too many turnovers.
The Mystics making a switch here.
Baby, little be eating everything. There's a mic. Baby, she's the water. She's like that. She don't drink. Baby, that's your music combination. That's why I'm telling you.
Here's Jackson. It's good. Only a few seconds into the shot clock.
That's her 4th straight takes right off the bat. She's setting a pretty high standard for herself.
It's the type of start you hope for, no question.
Now here's Hendersons.
That's the baby up there. So
they get a hand on it. And stolen by Stevens. And be outside. Lets it go from deep. Another 3 for the Sparks.
They've made one bucket after another since getting this game started. I wonder if this is the early stages of a blowout.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves just yet, Tim. I wouldn't go that far, but it has been pretty ugly so far.
It's been a fantastic opening quarter for them.
Yeah, I mean, look at the lead they've jumped out to already. This is the start that coaches dream of.
Here's Austin. Got it up in the eye. And the buzzer sounds in the first, and we've got a blowout underway. The Sparks on top, running away with this one. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment.
Not because we do more content. It ain't got nothing to do with that. It's the genuine affection that's here over there. They understand the difference. Over there is fake. It's literally for this little small second of time. And then she tells him to go upstairs and be quiet and shut up. Because Rico's over, and he's brought 3 girls over, and Royalty's one of them. So now 4 of them.
A lopsided first quarter in the books as we get ready to begin the second quarter. And quite a position here for the Sparks to be in. What do you guys think?
You know, it's really about limiting your mistakes, and they've done that here in the first.
And I like what I've seen from them on the other end, forcing a few giveaways to widen that turnover margin.
Here's Sykes. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Pass to Hahn. Samuelson.
This is the team. CJ told and showed.
Rejected by Erica Hamby.
On defense, Andy is so active. Looks for any opening to swat the ball and blocks the shot.
Good job, Flo.
How many times have you seen a possession like that from them today? Such a pretty pass.
I don't have an exact number for you, but I can tell you we've seen it a lot. Okay, let's just say that. Strictly using assists as measuring stick, they by far the better team.
Much of their offensive production has come down to their willingness to get out and run.
If you have the legs to do it, it's a great way to play. They've made that commitment.
Good job, Flo.
Yeah, she's a big reason why they have her. Because, look, she's made all of her field goals so far and remains a hot hand.
Now here is Sykes. Knocks it loose. Elton Plum with a steal.
It's not my fault.
Good job, Flo.
Perfect from the floor. 7-7.
Running it down their throats. 3 straight buckets in transition.
Yeah, they're paying the price for their lackluster defense. That's inexcusable, pathetic, awful, missing out on anything.
You got it all.
And another fast break for the Sparks. Here we go. McDonald. She's guarded by Samuelson. And McDonald gets it go.
A big lead becomes bigger. They are playing with purpose, guys.
And that goes for both ends of the floor. They've been controlling the action everywhere.
It's dominant.
Now the Sparks moving it up. Shoots the 3. Nailed from 3-point land.
They've been pushing it up relentlessly. I'm loving this tempo.
Yeah, fast break points well in their favor. Transition buckets are always a boon offensively.
A steal by McDonald.
Good job, McDonald.
They're going on a nice little run here.
And getting to the rack has been the key. They're getting point-blank looks time and time again.
And Brian, one of the better all-around defenders in this league, Ari McDonald.
Well, back in college, she won Defensive Player of the Year twice in her conference. With quick feet and quick hands, she lives in the passing lane and is always a threat.
All right, Flo.
This has been a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring from the paint.
You know, really, that's why they're on this run. You get that close to the hoop, and it's a lot easier to drop shots.
Now here's Samuelson. Wyatt so far offensively is searching for her first points of the game. No dice from 9 feet out.
Really tough to club right now. Trying anything to stop the run.
And no matter what they try, it doesn't work. You gotta slow it down and just get back to the basics.
It's coming to life after a slow start in the first quarter.
Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. A steal by McDonald. Here's Hammy. Lays it in on
Good
the
job, man.
Go defensively, they're giving up far too many baskets in transition. It's just as simple as that, Brian.
And that's something that teams will work on all the time in practice. A run out here and there will happen, sure, but they've got to do better overall.
Now the Sparks moving it up. Finished off the ring.
This is crazy. Every shot they're taking right now is finding the mark.
Literally every shot. They just aren't missing.
That's tipped and stolen by Harry McDonald. Now the Sparks moving it up. Shoots from 14. And the Sparks getting another bucket right there.
Another fast break score against them, and they just aren't getting back on defense in transition. I'm really disappointed in their effort on that end.
Me too. Hey, they're getting caught flat-footed, guys. And if you're the coaching staff, you've got to get in there here right now.
Now here's Ainsley. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Just 5 on the clock. Knocked loose. And they turn it over. 24-second buzzer signaling the shot clock violation. Coaches will make substitutions.
You allow him to stay here. Listen to me. You allow this man to stay here. Did you pull a gun out on this man today? Did you pull a gun out on him?
Here's Cannon. He's guarded by Ainsley. Now the break. Over Edwards. Sinks it just inside the baseline.
Taking their foot off the pedal. They just keep on adding to this score.
Yeah, I mean, it's never a good idea to back off, and it doesn't look like that thought has even crossed their mind.
Credit the head coach for pushing this team.
Here's one. And the Sparks getting another bucket right there.
With that basket, that's now 8 of the last 10 points they've surrendered coming on fast breaks.
Somebody wake up. They look asleep out there in transition. Not showing nearly enough urgency to take that quick.
It's obvious that Plum has found her rhythm tonight. Nice to see her making a big impact on that end.
Got a piece of it. Stolen by Plum.
Because he's the one that had keys, they locked the gate to it. He's the only one that was here.
Stevens.
One down. 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The defense better start buckling down.
They're getting exposed, punished down low.
Now here's Ainsley. Not a lot of room. Shot clock at 6. Out of bounds, Mystics ball as Washington keeps possession.
Okay, who was the corner? I mean, who was the corner? You let the border, allowed him to through the border. You allowed him to stay up to stuff. So he did. I didn't know who left. They told him he left. You need to evict him in the court. That's legally okay.
Here's Melmore. Looking for a first basket still in this one. And stolen by Larry. Sims switched up.
It's been all about tempo and pace with them, and it's led them to a big advantage in fast break points.
It's a big reason they're in front, Tim. All that early offense, when they've had the chance to push it, they've pushed it.
This is a team that loves to go up and down the floor, Brian, and we love to watch it.
A dominating first half of play, and so far it hasn't been close. The Sparks on top, just dominating this one. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back.
They on point. Shout out to the one.
Hello and welcome back. Third quarter just about to get going, and what has been a runaway of a game so far. A fantastic game from Kelsey Plum in this one.
Yeah, double-double already. I mean, this sort of energy, it really just energizes your whole team.
Yeah, this has been so much fun to watch. The way she's impacted the game in a bunch of different ways. It's going to be hard to slow her down.
Getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far, but we'll see if that changes.
After 12 seasons with the Sparks, Nneka Ogwumike decided that 2023 would be her last with the organization.
Yeah, since going first overall in 2012, Ogwumike, an 8-time All-Star with the Sparks, winning MVP and the WNBA title in 2016. 2 Community Assist Awards. They'll miss her in Los Angeles. That's a legend in LA basketball history.
Odyssey Sims for 3. Another 3 for the Sparks.
Get your popcorn ready. Her performance in long range has been something to behold, something to admire.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, that's been her shot today.
Sykes, she's covered by Sims. Sykes outside, down to 5 on the shot clock. The Sparks grab the miss. Second half just getting started, about a minute played. Here's Plum. Good.
But defensively, they've been unable to shut down the most important part of the court, Ryan, the middle.
Yeah, and the point totals in the paint are tilted heavily against them now.
Now the Sparks moving it up. Here's Sims, and it's good.
Good job,
Assisting on the play was Kelsey Plum.
Defense leading offense, another turnover and another bucket.
And you know, those miscues can really be game-changing. Pretty much the most damaging play you can make.
Now here's Angsler. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for her. Pass to Sykes. Ball's knocked loose. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Mystics will retain possession. So it's Washington now. Still looking for their first bucket of the second half.
They start the second half with 3 straight misses.
Good work there as it goes.
This is a nice third-quarter surge they've got going on right now.
Yeah, and it's a great time to get hot, just as we get into the meat of the second half.
Absolutely. Build some distance. Try to get things going.
Out of bounds. Mystics ball as Washington keeps possession. Right side Edwards. Tipped away. Out of bounds. Mystics ball as Washington keeps possession. Clock at 6. It's Melbourne.
Maybe the rest did more harm than good for them. They've been cold coming out and have yet to connect. She's just had a brutal outing. She still hasn't managed to get a field goal, and the team is struggling because of it. And a blazing start to the second half. They've hit all 5 shots.
And the exciting Rickea Jackson taken 4th overall in the 2024 draft.
Well, she's got a reputation in college that she earned as an electric scorer, about 18 points per game, which is a huge number in college over her career. Jackson could get buckets from all 3 levels, and it's 6'2". Her length is kind of a matchup problem for a lot of guards.
They get it back. Poked away. Angsler, she's covered by Sims. Here's Plum.
Good job, Plum.
And 10 of the last 12 points now have come off an assist.
They're just moving the ball well, getting everybody involved.
Now here's Sykes. She's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Shot to stop the drought. Jackson pulls it in.
Such tough defense there against one of the better finishers in the game.
There she goes again.
Good job, Sam.
Nice straight basket. That's a perfect 9 for 9. The Mystics on offense. Nothing yet for them there in the third quarter. Pass to Ainsley. Outside Edwards. And another fast break for the Sparks. Here we go. And the basket by Hamby.
And now defensively, 10 straight points resulting from fast breaks.
And it's getting ridiculous, guys. I mean, you can't get so distracted that you fail to protect your own basket. I mean, they've got the attention span of a goldfish right now.
Here's Sims. Good. CC for 10 from the field.
Well, 5 straight field goals they've allowed in the fast break.
They've got to make the commitment to getting back in transition and deny those easy baskets.
Here's Melbourne. He's got a clear path. Here's Plum. Drops in the breakaway layup.
It's been all one-way traffic here. They've really been lights out offensively.
And there's no telling how big that lead's going to get.
It just keeps increasing.
Pass to Dolson.
Pass to Dolson.
Melbourne. Now Ainsley. Here's Edwards. She's covered by Hamby. Shot clock at 2. From deep three-point range. And another miss by Washington.
It's still a goose egg for her in the scoring column.
Outside Sims. For 3. Buries it from three-point range.
She has shot the ball exceptionally well as they built this lead for themselves.
3 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. 14 feet out. That drops and comes off an assist from Kelsey Plum.
Yeah, with that conversion, they continue to make the most of all these turnovers here.
Absolutely easy buckets the other way, and that's what you've got to do with this. Convert them to points.
And out of bounds, the Sparks will take it.
They sitting up there like, man, I don't even know what to say.
She must have thought the ball was going somewhere else.
Reed here at the Hamby. And 3/4 of play in the books. This one's all but over already. Sparks ahead, delivering the blowout. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling here on 2K Sports.
This was an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter.
Yeah, she served her up some tasty room service right there, guys. Sweet dime.
And we're getting underway in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things can change. Now here's Brink. The 19-footer is on the money.
They are spraying them home from mid-range today, guys.
Yeah, they're finding the gaps in the defense and picking them apart.
And stolen by Clarendon. Again, the Sparks good for 2.
They're on fire from mid-range, guys. They found a weakness in the defense, and they're exploiting it.
It's not often anymore you see a team rely on that shot, but it's working.
Here's Sutton. And stolen by Ari McDonald. From the wing. Again, the Sparks good for 2.
And at any level of basketball, especially one this high, if you keep the ball away over and over and over again, you just aren't going to win.
You have to value the possession. It's as simple as that. Bad turnovers just completely take the wind out of the sails of an offense. Well, 3 of their last 5 baskets in transition, they don't look tired.
They just keep on going. They're looking to get out and run.
Now here's Samuelson. Knocked away. Clarendon earned it. And it's Samuelson picking her up. And that one's good.
They're turning the game into a drag race, sprinting out for easy fast break baskets. Just way too easy.
Yeah, it is too easy. You go on a nice run here, and defensively, you have to force them to operate in the half court. This won't get it done.
Both teams deciding to change it up.
She was locked on the side of a driveway by a heroin addict, so we went and got her right after our other dog had passed away. She's been trucking with us since she was 3 months old.
And just about over 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. And another fast break for the Sparks. Here we go. Jackson gets the bucket.
Good job, Jackson.
Pace now. They're really getting up and down.
And all 5 of their last baskets have come on the fast break, reaping the rewards.
Here's Kunay.
Sparks foul. Emma Kennedy. First personal foul. First team foul.
I've always loved trucks. When I was little, I always would ask for dump trucks and stuff, and my family would say, "No, don't you want a kitchen center, play with dolls?" And I said, "No, I want a dump truck." When we got together, he taught me how to drive.
Pass to
and I've
Van
been driving ever since.
This truck is actually a truck I bought.
And I'll let you two take out your crystal balls here. What do you think is the next step for this league?
I just think everything gets bigger. We're talking ratings, attendance, interest. We're just now scratching the surface.
Absolutely. We've seen massive growth the last few years, and to me, the WNBA, this is not where it ends up. They're just getting started. It's going to continue every year to get bigger and bigger.
Here's Sutton.
And stolen by Ari McDonald. Clarendon, that's good.
That's 4 of their last 5 scores coming from fast breaks. They're really getting up and down the floor.
And what I like is as soon as they get the ball, everybody on their team is looking to get out and run.
Here's Sutton. Clarendon covering.
Looking to end the run. And out of bounds, the Sparks will take it.
Substitution for the Mystics. Brittany Sykes.
As of 6 months ago, this is the short tour of the camp, and my wife Amy will show you the bulk along with Porsche.
And these guys have had some good motion on offense. Nice assist.
When everybody's involved offensively,
Good job, bro.
in a way helping you defensively too.
These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside.
And they've given up 10 of the last 12 points from close range, so I'd have to agree.
Here's McDonald.
Raise it up and banks it in.
8 of the last 10 points. That's right, you heard me right. 8 of their last 10 points at that end of the court have been scored on very high percentage shots in the paint. Something's got to change.
You know, the defense making it far too easy for them, and they're taking advantage.
Here's Clarendon. The shot's good.
Well, there's hot times when they're really hot. They can't miss.
Sometimes an individual will go on a shooting tear like this, but a whole team?
This is special, Brian.
To the inside. They get a hand on it. Stolen by Russell. Count that one.
This is Russell bucket all night. Gets the ball inside and uses all her height to get the shot.
Poke loose. Pass to Sykes.
Here's Van Lee.
Shot clock at 6.
Here's Kone.
Sykes outside. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Mystics will receive.
Come on, man.
Substitution on the court.
We don't like bringing stuff in through the cab, so I can just put the bed down, put everything on the deck plate, and transfer it in, and then come inside and put everything away. We move the TV to the foot of the bed so everything's sealed.
Jackson with the steal.
If I'm making dinner later than the city.
Now here's Bransford.
Over Dolson. Again, the Sparks good for 2.
They've been very sound offensively in the second half.
And there's really no comparison between the teams in terms of the way they've both shot the ball since the break.
And you kind of wonder what was one team talking about in the locker room and what was the other?
of bounds. Mystics ball as Washington keeps possession.
Checking in for Washington. Han Ju. Carly Sanders.
Appears on the outside, not only to make it appear larger, but to have extra places for us to, if we're in a hurry to get ready. He can be at
6 on the shot clock. Here's Melbourne. Clarendon covering. That's tipped.
It's almost like she's trying to make things on herself. Work it around, get an easier shot.
The 15-footer. Good. And Cameron Brink gets the shot.
Well, it wasn't already out of reach. It is now thanks to the spurt that they're having.
And why put on the brakes now, Tim? I say just keep on firing.
Man, Brian, you want to run up the score?
Now here's Sanders.
Looking to end the drought. Here's Kuné. She's covered by Hamby. And she was camped there in the lane. And she gets the 3-second call.
She's not doing them any favors making those kind of errors.
Especially now with every possession being a critical one for them at this point.
Just the worst time for it to happen.
And they've been really controlling this one.
Never want to get too complacent, though.
Here's Hamby. Again, the spark's good for 2.
She's having one of those days where if she takes it, she makes it.
From D.
Next town over, Blake.
We want to thank the Washington Mystiques for coming to LA. Sorry we had to beat y'all 132-3. Y'all played a heck of a game. See y'all next time go around.
Every minute of it.
This game really a
To my
defining
fans,
what they can do when they're playing at their best. Being here at
Jacqueline K. Dudley and Deidre Lawrence, 35.
So that's going to do it for this one, folks.
And Alphalite, thanks for coming kicking it with your boy. I'll see y'all later.